Hey there, good afternoon folks, just here. Welcome back to the channel. I tell you what, it's been a hectic past couple days, and it's about made me want to pull my hair out. But so if you watched the last video, me and my family, we went to Nebraska to visit some friends and go to the Omaha Zoo. By the way, that's been voted #1 zoo in the United States. So if you're up that way, I suggest go seeing it. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, we got back Sunday evening, and Monday, the next morning, I got up and like I said, I've been training these hogs to the hot wire for about the past 3 weeks to the month, and I think they're ready to go out to the pasture. Got up to the homestead here, the farm, and started getting things ready. I went around and put up some survey flagging on the perimeter of the fence, so the hogs would get an idea like, hey, this wire's hot, right? Flagging hot. That's what I did into the training pen, so hopefully it'd carry over to the paddock and they would realize there's a hot wire there and not try to test it. So I actually split the acre paddock in half. So I got a 2 half-acre paddocks. I'm gonna rotate these hogs every 30 days back and forth. So I set the gate between the 2 paddocks, and it's like what's ready to go. So I switched to a hot wire over to the perimeter fence, and I was not getting no fire, folks. And I spent 8 hours Monday trying to figure out where that stinking ground was, and I just couldn't find it. So you can see down the perimeter fence there of this acre paddock where I put the flagging, so they'll know, hey, that's hot wire. And then there's the gate going over to the other side of the paddock. So back to my story about couldn't find why my fence wasn't hitting like it should, and I searched 8 hours all day. Well, I spent 8 hours all day trying to figure out where the daggum ground was, why it's not working. I stood up all night, done research, and everything I kept coming across, hey, you're not getting a good enough ground. So I already had 2 grounding rods in the ground. I went and bought another grounding rod, cut it in half, an 8-footer, so it gives me 4 foot. Hammered them in the ground, run ground wire to them. Obviously, I would think 4 ground rods in the ground 4 foot deep would be plenty of ground for a fence charger. And I was right, it wasn't actually the ground, and the grounding rods wasn't actually the problem. The actual problem was my fence was grounding out on a piece of metal. And I searched up and down this fence for 8 hours. Even 4 hours today I spent looking for this ground. I walked the perimeter of this fence, I can't tell how many times. My iPhone was going crazy because I was getting so many steps in, which that's good. I guess that's good. But let me flip you right here and show you exactly what I found that was grounding this wire out. And I tell you what, folks, I'm surprised I even found it. So I don't know if you can see that right there, but there's a wire right here, and it looks like a briar. I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell. If you just step back and you just looked in there, that looks like a bunch of vines and briars. And that's where my fence was grounding out, and it threw me for a loop. And the only way I found that booger, I just happened to walk by and hear that fence popping, and I saw the spark, and I was like, got lucky. There it was. That fence was touching that wire and grounding out the whole stinking fence. But that's the way it goes, right, folks? But hey, we got the job taken care of, and now we're gonna get these hogs turned out and cut them loose on this half-acre paddock. Hey, pigs. Hey, pigs. You think they're ready to go out? I'm gonna open up this gate to this training pen, and we'll let these boogers out. All right, folks, got their gate open. Now we'll just wait and see how long it takes them to come out. But I'm gonna throw their food bowls out here in this paddock. I ain't gonna put nothing in it, but I'm gonna make them think there might be something in it, so that they'll come on out. Well, folks, looks like we got one that's coming out. Looks like we got one that wants to come out. Like I said, up through their feed bowls, little slop buckets out here. I usually give them treats every once in a while, and I think he might think there's something in there, and he's gonna come out. She's gonna come on out and come exploring. Come on, pigs. Sook. Come on, pigs. Here, pigs. But yeah, I did check the fence again one more time, just to make sure she was firing hot, but I'll tell you what, folks, that took a lot of stress off me there, trying to finally finding out where that fence is grounding out. And that fence is popping hot. It'll set you on fire. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go home and eat lunch, and I'm gonna come back and check on them and see if they made it out of their training pen yet out here in this half-acre paddock, and I'll get back with you. All right, folks, looks like we got a couple bray pigs out there venturing off out in the pasture. Hopefully they enjoy the nice wide open spaces. Hopefully the other two will catch wind of what's going on, and they'll be out there later this evening. But, well, folks, I believe that's where I'm going to leave you for today. Pigs on pasture. Folks, appreciate you joining me today. Hope you had a great time, and God bless y'all. We'll catch you on the next one.